Hey everybody, I wanted to get on here really quick and actually quick this time, but I wanted to show, because last week I was talking when I did the sausage gravy, how on weeknights, like if we're having, like last week we did a pork tenderloin, I made like a really simple wine sauce with it, and I was going to show you guys how to do that. I have steak strips that I went ahead and seared them. They're not like completely done because I'm going to put them back in the sauce. But earlier this afternoon, I cut them into strips. I usually, when I buy steak, I get like a flank, or this was a top round, and I cut it into strips, and I put Montreal steak seasoning in a bag in it and tossed it around and put it back in the fridge for like an hour. And then my cast iron, which is what I made it in, is already like non-stick because I grease it after I clean it out. So I didn't add any oil to it, but I did all of that already and then laid everything out. I'm about to show you. I didn't get like a whole lot of fat from the steak, so I'm not going to put any flour in it. I'm trying to do this at a different angle so you guys can see what I'm doing here. You can kind of see this skillet, but I'll just like explain everything too. Here's everything that I'm putting in it over here. I'm going to show one by one. I have red wine that I always keep on hand. And I was watching a show on Food Network recently, and they said, which I've never really done this, but they said like, do not use like a cheap wine. I do like a middle, like I usually spend like, which some people might laugh about considering this cheap, but I'll do like a $6 to $12 bottle somewhere, but depending on where I am, because like Trader Joe's, you can get a good bottle of red wine for like $6. But if you're at like Publix, that's not really an option. But this is just a cab that I keep. I have like the liquor spout on it so I can use it to cook with. Another liquid I have is I took those big lemons that I have from last week, which I'm gonna go ahead and pour the red wine in here. I took the lemons from last week and squeezed 1.5 of them. That wasn't much of it. We'll still go back and add a little more. Okay. All of the little bits in the pan are from the seasoning that was on the steak. And what's funny about the lemon juice, oopsie, is I never had thought to put it with like steak, and I just had a lemon on hand and was like, I'll try this with steak one night, and it was actually like really good. I may not put all of it. It kind of depends how much liquid we need. I'm not doing this to get like a whole, because you know how with biscuits and gravy, you're serving that over the whole biscuit. This is just to kind of coat the steak in, add a little extra flavor. I love going to restaurants and like getting, Chris always gets steak. I'm usually like a chicken or fish person, but the sauces that some restaurants, like I love chicken marsala, like wine sauces are just so good on meat, and they're actually like so simple to do. I think people get scared to try it at home. They're like, oh, that's just like a luxury I get when I eat out. Let me try to move this back so you guys can see what I'm doing. There, that's a little better. I have it on a little bit of a higher temperature than just low. Like I said, my oven is really weird. But it's going to simmer a little bit. I also I went to the store earlier knowing that I was going to be using cream for this, and I did not think to buy more. And this is all that I had. It's like almost 1/4 of a cup, but it's like a splash. I have some vegetable broth on hand in case I need more liquid, but the splash of cream may be enough. So we'll see. Like I said, this is just to kind of coat everything, make it taste a little better. And I do have some mushrooms too. These are optional, clearly. I did not cook them with the, here comes Mia. I did not cook them with the steak because they would have. What? Are you watching TV? You have a hair on your face. Are you gonna eat this? Okay. She's shaking her head. Yes, I know she's not going to eat this. You wanna play with this? Ooh. I give her a little baster and she's off. Okay, this is sizzling very nicely, but I do not want to cook. I like mushrooms to be a little more like al dente. I did not want to cook them with the steak because they would have absorbed all of that fat that was coming out, and then they would just get like mushy. Like I also made asparagus in the oven. I roasted it, and I could have done the mushrooms with that, but I want them with the steak and the sauce. I'm gonna add a little more wine, and this is more for 2 people because like that steak, cutting it into strips really stretches it pretty far. Like I'll probably just eat a little bit of it and then save some for lunch tomorrow. I really have to like force myself to eat red meat. I do it mostly for Chris. Like I buy it for Chris and cook it for him because he likes, like if we go out to eat, he gets steak. I'm gonna put a little bit of Worcestershire in here. Like I said the other day, it just adds like some depth to it. I also have chopped up from what I have out on my deck, the herbs. I have rosemary and parsley. I'm going to put the parsley in at the very end. I like it to be a little, have more of a bite to it. A little bit of rosemary goes a long way. Like as I was cutting it up, it filled up our whole kitchen with the smell of it. But I was like sitting, I knew that I had, like I just went to the store the other day and bought the steak and the mushrooms and some sweet potatoes and the asparagus, and today was when I was thinking like, how do I want to cook the steak? And I remembered, oh, I have asparagus out on the deck. I mean, I don't grow asparagus. I have rosemary out on the deck, and was like, I can put that in there to add a little more flavor. Okay, I'm going to do this splash of cream. That was what I meant to say earlier, is you don't want to do the cream, of course I spilled some of it, right at the beginning because it can get too hot. And see how thick, this is already pretty thick. We didn't even need flour for this to get thick. I can't believe I spilled some. We're gonna eat, baby. You want some sweet potatoes? She's looking at me like you're crazy. That's a cord. Okay. No! Mia! Now it's crooked. Okay. What are you doing, goofball? She's been watching some YouTube videos for a while. And now she's like, okay, I'm bored. You guys can't even see her yet. You gotta back up this way. No, you're too low. You're too low to be seen. Hey, it's okay. Okay. We'll do the rest of the lemon juice to add a little bit more. I'm trying to see if I can stretch it without the stock. And at this point, I'm going to put just a little bit of, she's banging on the pantry door. I know you're hungry, I am too. Of the mushrooms in there. I'm not like a huge mushroom fan, but we want them to start getting some of the liquid in them. Chris likes them more than I do. I just kind of do it to add a little, it's kind of like a little extra side with it. Okay. What's stuck? We're about to eat. So most of this stuff you will have on hand, like if you keep wine on the side or like on hand to cook with. I try to always have like some kind of citrus, like lemon or lime, depending on like what's in season, because lime is not always that good. Cream. You could do milk, but I don't know. I like cream better with this kind of stuff because it just adds a richness to it. What? You want some steak?
Oh, baby.
Want some steak? Oh, okay. I'll be surprised if she eats that. She's probably gonna give it to the dog. What I was trying to do in 5 minutes has turned into almost 10. But it's okay, that's life. Okay, this is really sizzling now. I'm gonna turn it down to low. And get a different spoon to stir it all with. now we're going to, there's still some juice from here too that is adding a little more liquid. I don't know if you can see the pink. I didn't want to cook this all the way through. We're not big on like well done steak, but cutting it into the strips makes it easier to see it, to see how well it's cooking. All right, and see, the mushrooms cooked up pretty quickly. I don't know if y'all can see. But that was pretty basic. I guess I should try it. I'll just like dip this, and it's very strong of the wine, but it's really good. It could use a little more cream if I had some. I'll take the last little drop. The citrus like gives it, I don't know, I never would have thought with lemon, and I don't know why I didn't think to try that before. But it adds like a tartness to it too. And I have sweet potatoes mashed, so that'll balance out with the sweet of the sweet potatoes. So, all right, well, I hope everybody enjoys their dinner. Thanks for watching.